Land pollution, which can be defined as the declining quality of the Earth's surface, is caused by human actions and creations. It has always been here, but if we think about it, it is getting worse than ever, and in a certain way, it's all our fault. Even though it might seem like right now we're kind of educated on the topic, it doesn't seem real when we're literally watching the destruction of the planet. In the last years, population has been growing all over the world, which means more stuff has been produced, and it clearly gets worse every day. In spite of big corporation moves like deforestation, nuclear waste, and certain mining activities being the biggest cause, we also have a huge impact on the topic, which is really important to be conscious of because at the end of the day, we are the ones who consume and the ones who get extremely affected by the consequences of it. Whole ecosystems and species are disappearing, and a number of deaths caused by health problems related to it, like cancer or chronic respiratory disease, keep growing on a terrible path. Which take us to the next issue. What can we do to reduce our ecological footprint? First of all, ecological footprint is the biological impact that each of us have. To make it smaller, we should start by getting informed and educated on this. Once we have an idea on how bad the situation is, we're able to start doing something about it that will help us all, like reducing our usage of pesticides, eating sustainable foodstuffs, properly recycling batteries, and many more little things that make the difference. Overall, the biggest cause of this kind of pollution are our bad consumer habits.
Air pollution. Every kind of pollution inside our planet is bad for our health, from visual pollution to air pollution. That could be dangerous for us, humans, animals, or the environment. Here, I'm going to speak about the same kind of pollution, air pollution. Air pollution, which is one of the biggest threats for the environment, affects everybody. Humans, animals, cities, forests, aquatic ecosystems, or any other ecosystem. It can be defined as an alteration of the air quality, mostly measured by the chemical, physical, or biological pollutants in the air. This kind of pollution is mainly created by humans' activities, even though it can also be the result from natural phenomena such as volcanic eruptions, dust storms, and wildfires. One of the strongest industries that can cause this problem is the farming industry, which most of the time has hundreds of thousands of animals crammed together, can produce a large range of pollution issues. This can affect natural environments, the animals, and plants that occupy the place. Also, we have the problematic about the large amount of nitrogen and phosphorus that the farm's animals generate, which is a rich waste on a daily basis and could be a good thing because of the useful nutrients that the residues have. But in factory farms, the concentration of animals indoors actually mean that all the waste that the animals make is concentrated in a small area, which is something that not all of us take into consideration. This waste should be properly managed, but it's not always the case, which is really sad and worrisome. We need to be more careful on the things we do and consume.
Substances that make the water unstable for drinking, cleaning, cooking, water activities, and other. In general, all these causes and effects are caused when rivers, oceans, lakes, and others get contaminated by industrial and agricultural effluents. All forms of pollution eventually make their way to water, which gets contaminated. It affects immediately all life forms that depend on this source. Water pollution causes diseases, which can end up with people dying. It allows bacteria and parasites enter into drinking water supplies and cause digestive problems such as diarrhea. Chemicals in water are bad and can also affect animals and plants. Sometimes they will survive for a long time with the chemicals affecting them, and these will be eaten and then these can become ill or develop toxic symptoms. Animals and plants may not survive or reproduce properly. Water pollution is a big problem that affects everyone, and it will be extremely devastating if we all die because of it. That's why it's such an important matter that we all should care about and care enough to start changing our lives.
Climate change, or global warming, which happens on Earth, is the main problem in our world, since most of our human activity causes and worsens it. For example, we have pollution, energy waste, industry gases, and many more. All of this affects not only us, but also the animals that live here. Their habitats, because of the hotter and colder temperatures, are beginning to fall apart. Because of this, animals are starting to be endangered and becoming more rare than before. Human activity, which is made by humans, is the main cause of pollution. For example, many people don't know how to recycle or use the correct bin. Also, factories' heat and smoke affect our air. These changes of temperature, which are called climate change, can affect our health and our world's health. These hot and cold temperatures go to the extreme, since the changes of temperature in us can give us fever or the flu. And with our planet's health, there can be many deforestation, drought, or plants that won't grow or continue living. This also applies to animals with their habitats, as said before. In conclusion, our planet is dying, and it's our fault. So we need to keep protecting and cleaning it, or at least doing something. It doesn't matter if it's something little, because every little step we do can help our environment and can help us continue living.